Thank you very much for a kind introduction. And dignitaries of the dais, members of the GEO, students and dear friends, very good morning. Let me thank the Gujarat Employers Organization for inviting me for this very important event. This is indeed my pleasure and privilege to be here with you this morning. Industrial relations have evolved over time. I would confidently say that the ILO, which was founded in 1919, has helped bring about the revolution in industrial relations. It brings together government, employers, and workers of different countries under one organization to discuss and agree on labor standards and good industrial relations practices. The ILO was founded on social dialogue. Social dialogue is the lifeblood of the ILO. The social dialogue rests on the principle that those most affected by the decisions should participate meaningfully in shaping them. It's about having a seat at the table, whether that table is simply to share information, to exchange views, or to formally negotiate rules that govern work and conditions under which work is performed. It's about having a voice, often a collective one, which gives workers and employers a say in the decision being taken, including very difficult ones that may arise during the economic downturn involving the reduction in employment and wages. We can think of social dialogue as a toolbox for industrial relations with a variety of processes, each serving a different function. Some are cooperative with shared goals with interests, such as in the case of workplace cooperation and consultation. Others are distributive or protective, such as collective bargaining and tripartite dialogue on minimum wage setting. The regularity and consistency of the social dialogue strengthen the process of dealing with difficult issues. The theme of the conference today is about navigating the future of industrial relations. To strategize the future of work, we must take lessons from the past. As regards to the recent past, we cannot forget the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on livelihoods and the world of work. However, we are happy to note that through these challenging situations, there have emerged good practices and experiences in industrial relations. In partnership with AIOE and EFI, the ILO undertook a study to identify good practices of enterprises to address industrial relations impacts of pandemic and to maintain production. The study involved the survey of 21 enterprises. Approximately 76% of these enterprises were unionized. The surveyed enterprises identified a range of challenges arising from the pandemic. These include, for example, the labor shortages, revenue losses, and liquidity challenges, supply chain disruptions, and lowered staff morale and higher level of stress among them. Many surveyed enterprises, however, managed to avert severe revenue losses, largely as a result of the industrial relations practices that they deployed to deal with the crisis. The enterprises achieved this by prioritizing social dialogue-based responses to crisis, which involved utilizing bipartite social dialogue mechanisms such as works committees and the establishment of the management worker plant-level task forces, specifically to develop, implement, and monitor mitigation measures. Additionally, and equally importantly, trade unions were incorporated as partners in the development and implementation of pandemic response measures. The future of industrial relations needs to be navigated by first considering the reality. What is happening around us now? We stand on the brink of the technological revolutions that will fundamentally change the ways of we live, work, and relate to one another. In its scale, scope, and complexity, the transformation will be unlike anything mankind can experience before. The first industrial revolution used water and steam power to mechanize production, and the second one used electronic power to create mass production. The third one used electronics and information technology to automate production. And now, a fourth revolution is building on the third, the digital revolution that has been occurring since the middle of last century. It is characterized by the fusion of the technologies that has blurred the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. However, all these changes are taking place are not beyond our control. The future of work is there for us to shape. Similarly, we need to shape the future of the industrial relations. The United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda is a good place to start with. The key message that echoes through the 17 Sustainable Development Goals is that no one should be left behind. The ILO has very much on the similar foundation around 100 years ago. In its constitution, it is said that the universal and lasting peace can only be established if it is based on the social justice. We need to build a new culture of industrial relations based on some core value of the social justice. We need to promote shared growth, a win-win for all. We need to create a learning model that can promote cooperation over competition and culture of shared growth. A culture that can recognize one's performance as having an impact on the performance of his or her colleagues. In other words, standing up and helping each other to rise together. These values are much needed to develop the soft skills that the world of work desperately needs today. Daniel Goleman, in his book Emotional Intelligence, refers to a new yardstick that employers need to use in hiring employees. He said the rules of the work are changing. We are being judged by the new yardstick, not just by how smart we are or by our training or expertise, but also by how we handle ourselves and each other. The new measures take for granted having enough intellectual ability and technical know-how to do our jobs. Instead, it focuses more on personal qualities such as initiative and empathy, adaptability, and persuasiveness. The famous African proverb said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The world work is moving very fast. But what we need to consider now is to find the ways to go far in a sustainable manner. So we need to go together. Employers have an opportunity to take the lead. We need to start at our workplaces. a partnership between the management and workers that is built on the mutual respect, trust, and commitment to the enterprise is vital for business growth and success. So your deliberation at this conference today will no doubt identify actions to further strengthen this critical partnership and usher in a new era of industrial relations for India. I thank you very much for your patience and attention to my speech and wish you a fruitful conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sasaki, for your enlightening words. The next speaker of our event is an extreme